All right, the number of children who have died from the flu this season nearly doubled last week to nearly 20 deaths. And the CDC says at least 3.7 million people have gotten sick so far, and flu activity is elevated in nearly every state. Dr. Jen Caudle is a family physician and an associate professor at Rowan University. Good morning, Jen. Thanks for being with us. So
thank you.
We're faced with the flu, every season, every year. What's so different about the flu season this year?
Well, first of all, we are starting to see widespread activity. This usually happens every year, but the question is when. But we're also seeing more cases of influenza B. Influenza B usually is seen in people up to the age of 24. It's the influenza A strains that are seen over 65. So this year, we're seeing more cases of influenza B early as opposed to the A strain. Every year there are some minor differences in how the flu virus and infections play out. And we're just kind of seeing this ramp up right now.
So if you did indeed get your flu shot this year, are you protecting yourself from influenza B or A?
So the flu shot protects against multiple strains of the flu, 3 to 4 strains of the flu, depending on which type of flu shot you get. So, the most important thing is to get that flu shot because you're going to have protection from multiple strains. I think, Cheyenne, I'm so glad that you mentioned the flu shot because that is the number one source of protection. It is not too late to get the flu shot. And I think a lot of people have questions about when to get it. It's really indicated for most people over 6 months of age. So that's what we want really people to do if they haven't already gotten that flu shot.
I took my own daughter in. She's just short of 2 years old, to get examined. She wasn't feeling well, all the symptoms, and the first thing they did was swab her nose and got her tested for flu. And they said, we've just had an elevated increase of flu this year. Why does it seem higher? And children just seem to be at higher risk really this year. Why is that?
Yeah, well, no, that's a great question. I mean, first of all, we are seeing higher rates of flu virus that's being picked up in the outpatient setting. That's when we go to our doctor's office and things like that. So the scenario you just mentioned with your daughter. We are seeing a lot of cases with young people and some very severe cases. Again, we know that young people are some of the more vulnerable people when it comes to the flu. We know that people who are particularly vulnerable are young people, babies, young children, elderly, people with chronic medical conditions, people who may have weakened immune systems, et cetera, et cetera. So once again, I always remind people, the flu season technically goes from October to May. It's a very long season, believe it or not. And now we're kind of coming into the height of that.
Yes, and it's never too late to get that flu shot. Dr. Jennifer Caudle, thank you so much for your medical expertise today.
Thank you.